go. I'll show you around, yeah. You stay around. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues and shit.
It started our program today. We had some technical issues, and also management said they are sending somebody for audio taping, but it didn't work. So in dealing with those issues, I'm a little bit late. My name is Byang Yoon. I'm a political science professor at Central Washington University. And I organized this panel because of the political significance in many areas. When you look at last President Park Geun-hye's impeachment and the removal from the office, and she is now at the detention center, and she first had a sentence a few days ago for 24 years jail terms and about a little over $17 million fines. Of course, we will see within the next 5 days or so, she's going to appeal the case or not. But anyway, I would like to introduce our panelists before I start the session. The gentleman on my left is Mr. Byang Kim. He is attorney at law, and he was serving as a former President Park Geun-hye's impeachment defense lawyer. So he knows what's going on very well. And also he served as the president of the Korean Bar Association, and he was teaching at many different law schools, both in Korea and the US, and he received training at the Harvard University Law School. And also he wrote several books about President Park's impeachment cases, and I'm sure some of those materials will be available in English. And then the gentleman on the far left is Mr. Kyung-bok Lee. He is a very active human rights activist. The primary focus was on North Korea's human rights violations, but as the Park Geun-hye's case emerged, he got deeply involved in that, and he's from Toronto, Canada. And the gentleman on the right-hand side is Professor Michael Lowness, professor of political science department at Central Washington University. So this is a round table session focused on South Korea's Park Geun-hye impeachment, and it will involve several issues. One is analysis of the legal system. And also we are looking at democracy and human rights issues in Korea. And also I wanted to raise some issues from a gender politics perspective. So we have different angles to analyze this issue. As a background, before each of our roundtable session panelists express their positions, I would like to introduce major events, the chronology of Park Geun-hye impeachment and prosecution and so forth. Okay, so between December 12th and February 13th, Park Geun-hye was elected, and then she was officially inaugurated, receiving 51.6%, and she defeated Moon Jae-in, who became the new president after Park Geun-hye was removed based on the May 2018 election. And interestingly, Park Geun-hye's popular vote was 51.6% voters in favor of him, in favor of her. That is a record-breaking number. ever since Korea had a democratic new constitution passed in 1987. Not a single president, sixth president or so after the constitutional amendment in 1987 received that high popular vote in order to become the president. So it was very significant. And then Park's popularity was relatively high. However, there was a disaster. There is an error. It is April 2014. There was a big ferry boat disaster which costed 304 people's lives. And most of those who, and then there would be a lot of bloggers was drowned to death, or high school students. So it was a major national disaster, and that became a kind of a turning point that some of the anti-Park faction to stage anti-Park campaigns. And then there were a lot of radical leftist NGOs, very professional NGO activists got involved using this case, and then they systematically staged the anti-Park campaign. And then in November 2015, there was labor union protest. President Park had several policy reforms, which was very dramatic in my perspective, and one of them was something to do with the radical unionization and so forth. So there was a protest, and then as you see on the left scene, there were massive scale labor union protests, and one farmer was killed, and then the cause of death is controversial, but those NGOs argued that it was because of the police high-powered water hose that knocked him and killed. However, those union leaders refused to have an autopsy to see the death because that's not medically proven that as a cause of death. And then in 1916 April, there was off-year election to elect National Assembly members, and then there was some kind of a factional fight within the Park Geun-hye's ruling party, and the Moon Jae-in's party won. And in terms of the distribution of the seat, Moon Jae-in's party received got 122 seats. I think that's somewhat different. I can't see
123?
No, 122 is, which party is that? That's another. Okay, only one seat difference? Okay.
38, another opposition party.
Okay, and then 123 is Moon Jae-in's
Party.
former Moon Jae-in's
Yeah.
party, and the 38
It's
another kind of
opposition,
mixture
yeah.
of a middle of the road kind of ideological party, and then the others are either independent or more radical side party. And then in October 2016, mass media attacked Park Geun-hye government using Park Geun-hye's long-time confidant Choi Soon-sil. Actually, her name is Choi So-won, but nobody wanted to use her legally obtained new name because Choi Soon-sil looks like a very ordinary countryside, unstylish name, whereas Choi So-won, the new legal name, is a very stylish, educated woman's kind of name. So they dropped that name. And they accused that Choi Soon-sil was puppet, controlling the show, something like that. In other words, Park Geun-hye was Chae Soon-sil's puppet, and she was not handling national affairs properly, and there was a shared governance between the Park Geun-hye and Chae Soon-sil. And then, based on the series of candlelight visual rallies that took from November 2016 to March 2017, Park Geun-hye was impeached by the National Assembly, and then country's constitutional court on March 10 removed Park Geun-hye from the presidency. And in March, Park Geun-hye was arrested and then soon was transferred to a detention center. And she has been in the detention center for the last little over a year. And she was tried for about 6 months. And her trial shows the high level of human rights violence. For example, she had to attend court trials 4 times a week, and each day a trial would last for 8 hours or 10 hours or something like that. So people said that it is very unusual to see that kind of court trial scenes. And then on May 9th, Moon Jae-in became the new president of Korea, and he received about 41% of popular vote. And in May 2017, Park Geun-hye was charged with 18 crimes, mostly about bribery and coercion to solicit funds from big business to create the public institutions and so forth. And then on October 17, 2017, Park Geun-hye rejected the trial because, according to the Korean law, you can keep someone in a detention center for initial 6 months, and then you should release them. However, because her charge was so many 18 counts, nobody could finish her case. Therefore, they decided, meaning the current Moon Jae-in regime, decided to keep her in the detention center, and as a protest, she refused to be cooperative when she rejected the trials. Okay, I think that's the one. Okay, this major chronology of events was provided by Mr. Kim, and I truly, thank for his hard work on that. And our first presenter will be Mr. Kim.